Hey, today I am sharing part of a conversation that I had with my friend Kristen. She is a personal trainer here in Dunedin and seriously one of the most naturally confident people that I know. So I thought, in this part of the chat, we get really real about self-worth, about being the youngest person in the room, telling older people what to do, and about how confidence isn't necessarily something that you just have. It's sometimes something that you need to switch on. We also talk about showing up authentically on social media, finding your own way instead of copying what everyone else does, and the rituals that help you feel like yourself, even on the hard day. I think you're going to love this one. Welcome to the Utter Chaos. You're good. Yeah, you are having quite the year. There's been lots of changes happen for you. And how are you feeling?
I'm loving this year. Definitely few changes compared to last year with now working from home, which I'm really loving. More time for doing things that I do to fill my cup up. And, with the expensive petrol at the moment, not having to worry about that with going to and from work is really nice. And time in between clients and sessions to, do a load of washing or fly the Lux around or prep a little bit of tea. And
it's crazy. That sounds very adult of us. Welcome, Georgie, this is what she does. Absolutely. I'm such a homebody. I do love being out and about, but I'm equal parts homebody, and I agree with you. The balance of just being able to answer a few emails, do a few things. I might put the washing on, and then you feel so multitasking, not in the way of trying to do everything and do too much, but I just manage life so much better when I have more time at home. It's the best feeling in the world. Up till middle of last year or end of last year, you were in a group situation where there was heaps of group classes and it was quite a busy environment. So it must be just nice to have that my space and
100%. It's nice to just feel like I can just breathe and, know what I'm doing next or know what's on the next day. And just nice to have that breathing room. And because I've really fine-tuned the sessions down to just a few people, then they can really get that one-on-one attention and feel like that the session is, just about them whilst working out with a couple of other people.
Yeah. I love that so much because when you go into a group situation, I feel overwhelmed going into a group class. That's just probably part of my past anxiety, coming in there. But also as someone who's not, I wouldn't say supernatural being active, any kind of active exercising, I just feel a bit out of kilter. So I feel having one-on-one help or being in with only 2 or 3 other people is just so key.
Yeah, definitely.
How did you get into personal training? Because your background's in dance, right? Growing up, you did a lot of dance. Were you sporty as well? Or?
Yeah, a little bit. I think just loving that whole movement aspect probably. I wanted to keep doing that, even though it's a little bit different. But for me, it still feels the same. And just, I wanted to do something as well where I was helping people and, seeing them achieve their goals and how they come out of their shell throughout the journey with me is just really rewarding.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah. Because so I would say I first met you when you were maybe 16, 17. Would that be right? On the side of a futsal field is where I first.
Yeah.
And I remember I was really mesmerized by this this teenager that was ready because I was feeling exhausted mum at that point on the side of a futsal field, just overwhelmed by the noise. That was what stage I was in. And I just remember being this fresh teenager. Oh, and you did aerobics too, right?
Yeah.
I just knew you were incredibly active. And I remember you were standing there with a clear drink bottle that had fruit and stuff through it. And I was just oh my God, she's so healthy and she's got so much energy. That was literally my first impression. And then you talked to me and I was and she's nice too. I just remember thinking, oh my God, I feel so old and so tired, which was so funny. But that was my first impression of you. But it's so lovely to hear you say that you love making a change and seeing people develop, because right from that first time I met you, I was inspired. She had that energy and she's made health a priority. I know that I went away and drank more water. I feel it's always been quite natural for you to be active and actually inspire people, which is really cool that you've ended up at this point. Would you say that you are doing your dream job, or is there other things that you're dreaming of doing or things that you want to achieve?
I think there's other things that I would, dream to do, but where I am now was definitely part of the plan because I'm such a planner. I knew I wanted to do personal training and I knew I wanted to do it for a wee while, not just a few years, because I really wanted to, give it my all. And it takes time to build up a business and build yourself up as a professional to where you want to be. It's not just going to happen overnight.
Yeah. Especially with things like personal training, I suppose, because a lot of it would be word of mouth. And you've done so well. Like, you've always had a really great client base. She calls her clients like the crafters. And I was saying to you last time I met you, one thing I love that I've observed in your business is that you gather them
once a month.
And you like go out and do like a walk or like a fun, you do like boot camp kind of, but it's fun and do games with them. And it's like, because as I say, once again, someone that's not necessarily natural at being super active, it's like movement exercise needs to be fun.
Like 100%. That's what it really needs to be about. And I think that's another reason why my clients come to me as well, because they love the fun aspect of it. Once a month, I ask a few of my clients for some feedback on how are they loving the sessions. Is there any more stuff that they want to be included in the sessions to get closer to their goals? Is there anything missing? But it's basically just a check-in to make sure they're still loving it. I'm still giving them what they got when they came to that first session with me. And most of the feedback that comes back is that it's really fun and engaging, and they always want to come back to the next session, which is really important, because exercise shouldn't be a punishment. You should enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny, we should be saying enjoying exercise now. I took her on the way to school today, so I got up and I put on like my walking stuff in my walking shoes, and I had Charlie's, lead, and I was like, we're walk ready, Charlie. Like, as soon as we drop Luca off, we're going to go for a walk, because I love getting out and walking with him. And from the second that we're literally walking down the street, I'm like, my nervous system breathes a sigh of relief. And I've done heaps of practice of like, nose breathing and like slowing down my breath when I'm walking and making it sort of rhythmic and just not making it like a rush thing that I need to get done or anything like that. So I really enjoy it and feel instantly relaxed. Yet sometimes just to get me over the line of I'm going to go for a walk to I'm now on the street walking is so hard. Like, it's so interesting. Like, I guess when it comes to like working out and having like a personal trainer, it takes away because you don't want to like let the person down. And you've probably like prepaid, you don't want to let the person down, like someone's holding you accountable.
It's like it's like booking in for that doctor's appointment or that dental. They're expecting you. Yes, you've paid. It's in their calendar, it's in your calendar as well, so there's a bit of accountability both ways, which is really good. And I think that's another reason what keeps people coming back. They know they're going to see me on Monday, Thursday at whatever time.
Yeah, completely. It's funny because whatever habit or whatever changes we're trying to make in our life, like we need to make it as easy as possible for ourselves. It's like, having the workout clothes like right beside your bed when you get up in the morning, if that's what you're going to be doing, or having the book with you, actually, because you've been another great influence with my reading as well. And I remember I need to start doing it more again because I've gotten out of sync. Once you get out of rhythm, once it's no longer easy, like I stopped taking my book around with me. So I started reading a gigantic book that was so heavy, and I stopped taking it with me. And so it wasn't as easy. And so I haven't been picking it up. And it's just like that whole habit thing of like, if you're trying to bring in a new routine or a new habit, putting your bottle of water right beside your keys so you take it with you, or like putting your book in your handbag so you've always got it. So, it's interesting, isn't it?
And it's always, you've got to do something that works for you as well. You can't just follow the trends on social media that everyone's putting out, because probably they're not going to be sustainable, and you might like it for a few weeks and then you'll just slowly drop off.
Yeah. Like qualified help. Like we don't just get anyone to like look at our teeth. We hire the dentist, right? Like,
100%. Yeah, I mean,
so funny.
I'm looking after someone's body exactly like, a doctor would be, or a physio, or a dentist looking after someone's teeth. Having the qualification is really important.
Yeah.
It is quite frustrating when you see people on social media, following a workout that someone has prescribed. Are they actually qualified? Or, hearing people going, oh, I'm just going to put into AI some workouts that I'm going to do. But it's like, AI doesn't know you and your body and your potential injuries.
Yeah. Like, I would admit, like, to doing some YouTube workouts, they are like dance aerobic, like fun dance aerobic routines. For example, I've gone to like yin yoga classes before. So like I feel fine about doing yin yoga, knowing I'm doing the poses right. I've still gone to that. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? How we view like paying professionals or paying the expert in something for particular things like mechanic, dentist, whatever. And other things we're like, it's fine. Like I'll just go to randoms on the internet and crazy. So what is like, so you're doing a personal training from home, which is really exciting and going really well. And it's cool that you've got the home gym, I was thinking, saying for yourself set up, even though like you still go to a trainer too, right? But being able to like have a dedicated space for your workout. Like apart from working out and moving your body, like what lights you up? What are things that are just like, like this is me?
Yeah. So I am such a big reader, which you touched on before. So like that is my thing to relax and unwind. I'm not much of like a TV watcher, but I really love sitting down with a good book. Yeah, I need to do it daily because if I'm filling up other people's cup, people coming to me, they've had a bad day, they need something to do just to let off steam, and their cup is full, then I can't not fill my cup up. Because I can't just keep giving to other people and not keep giving to myself.
Yeah, that's awesome, eh? And it's different for everyone what that is, but it's such a good one. Yeah. It's a real escape too into the story.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, long time really read a lot of personal development books, which I still absolutely love. But moving back to fiction was such a sigh of relief, again, for my nervous system and just like my relaxation and time to myself. But yeah, it's funny how you can get out of sync with things. I was talking to a friend just recently about we used to both do lots of rituals, and I guess you would call them rituals. Like we went through a stage of like doing journaling or like being really intentional about at the end of each day, like writing down things we're grateful for, or maybe doing some little mini meditations or like anything. We're like, wow, we're both going through a season of realizing that we have stopped doing all our rituals. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because some of the things we stop doing the actual intentional ritual because we're simply like it's ingrained in our life. Whereas other times you're like, oh, I really feel like I need to like skip back to it. It's like another tool under our tool belt, isn't it? Yeah. So like learning about yourself that there's something like reading and that calms you is just another tool in your tool belt, isn't it? Yeah. What kind of things have you found challenging in your journey that you feel like has started to put you off? And you've had those kind of moments where it's like, I'm going to let this put me off, or I'm going to keep trying.
Yeah, I definitely think like I'm not on social media personally, I'm not one to put everything out there about my life. Like I'm quite a private person. So getting into social media for my business and putting myself out there at the start was quite hard, but it was just, keep sticking at it, find fun things to post about, have a think. For me as a person on the outside looking in to maybe hiring a personal trainer, what I'm going to see from them. I'd want to see their clientele, their demographic, what kind of workouts do they do, what's the trainer like.
You can be like, wow, those workouts look really fun, the results are amazing, all the things, and you could get there and be like, I'm not feeling this person, like they're not. And so it's so important to be able to like infuse yourself into it and show who you are.
Yeah, definitely. That's really important.
Yeah, just so nosy. George, things like social media and things like anything we're doing like our business, it's so important to be able to show other people how we are and how we're doing it differently. And just like our skills and our knowledge and our like all of that is so important. But there's, I think, often a missing piece to the puzzle because you can start showing up how you feel like you should be showing up, like doing what you should be doing, especially with social media, right? You're like, what should I be posting on social media? And and it's really great to get all of that knowledge, but like following other people's ways of doing things. And it's great, again, to like try lots of different things to like find your groove. But wow, you can really find yourself in this like spiral of trying, and then realizing, oh, like I'm not even like showing them who I am. Like as a person. And like my sense of humor and my silliness or my energy. Because as I say, like one thing that, my impression of you when I first met you was like your energy and that you were nice and that you were like light and breezy and that, and then as I got to know you, it was like you had a sense of humor and were fun.
Yeah. One of my main values as a trainer is variety. So it's you know, in my workouts, having variety, whether, you know, we're doing different exercises, using different pieces of equipment, doing different formats. And then, you know, on my social media, I love to have variety within my posts about what I'm posting about. And then also as well, my personality as a trainer, having variety. Like I know some people need the hard, harsh word, or some people need it a little bit softer, or, you know, can handle a little bit of banter.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
You've done really well with your social media.
I think
Like, I know you've had times where you've been like, oh my gosh, I haven't been doing it in ages. And I feel like it's the same with all of us, eh? It's a bit of a balance. Like, you've got to make sure that you're sort of showing the different areas and elements so that people understand. How have you found being in business? So obviously you have worked for other people. You've had time to work for other people. Like, how do you love working for yourself?
I mean, in a sense, like I've always sort of worked for myself because of being a contractor.
But true.
I mean, I really love it. Like, you know, I can set my own schedule. I can be at the computer 1 minute, be outside walking the dog the next. You know, like I love the variety that brings.
Yeah, so good. I love working for myself too. Yeah, and some days when you're a business owner, you just have those days of going, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Like, this is a lot, and I just feel like there's so much to do. And it's probably around those like times where you're pivoting, you know, and you're just like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, like if you had those times over the years, and you're
oh, definitely. And I think if you haven't as a business owner, then maybe you're just not being honest to yourself.
Yeah, totally. What do you want to do with your personal training business? Like, do you think that you'll be doing it for a long time?
I reckon I will be. Yeah, I reckon it's something that I'll always do no matter what life throws at me. I'll always do it because it's just such a rewarding job, you know. Like I've said, you know, seeing people turn out, they could be having the worst absolute day ever. And then once they've done something for themselves, filled that cup back up, they've got a big smile on their face to go back out and see what the rest of the day is going to throw at them.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, and because of how you're running your business right now as well, from home and doing like one-on-one or like 2 or 3 people at once. Yeah. Again, as you say, like no matter what else you're doing in your life, like you could be doing a little amount of personal training, or you could be running a full business. It's so good to find those things that like skills that you have, knowledge that you have that you could just take through your life into lots of different areas. Yeah, it's so good. Do you feel like what's one of the things that your clients struggle with the most?
I think it's like the belief in themselves, like having a new person that is going to start, whether they've exercised before or they haven't, you know, they'd be really nervous about not keeping up with everybody else, but being like, you know, can I actually do it? And I think it's more of a mind thing than a physical thing. Yeah. You know? Like it's having the belief in themselves. Like I had a new lady start the other day and she was really worried about not being able to do the full workout. And actually she surprised herself and she did do the full workout, you know?
God.
Yeah, but it's that, you know, it's that worry in the back of your mind and, you know, you build yourself up and you just get those voices going in your head. And actually when you're in it and after you're like, why did I even worry about that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I couldn't relate to what you just said anymore. Like that's me with physical activity. I can like do, so even a while ago I thought I'm going to put on like a dance YouTube thing, and I think I put on one that was like 15 minutes I think, and 2 minutes into it I was like, I don't know if I can do this, I don't know if my body can do this, and I was like throwing myself everywhere, and then by the end I was like, wow, like I finished it. It's funny how we can tell it, like actually doubt that we're actually going to make it to the end. What do we think's going to happen? We just get, like fall over, and like it's insane to me. I feel like that can also map into all areas of our life.
Oh,
our belief in ourselves just hold us back from even trying something, let alone doing it. But that's the best thing about having a personal trainer, because you'd be like, no, you're perfectly capable of doing that. I wouldn't let you do
it
something
if I didn't think you could do it.
Yeah. And having those conversations with my boys when it comes to like doing things out of your comfort zone, because they go through different stages of being unsure of yourself, how you should be able to do them or how everyone else can do them. But it's like there's a general expectation of like what you should be able to do, and having that like kind of lack in belief that you're actually going to be able to step into doing that, and then just surprising yourself anyway. Hopefully coming through those different milestones. And
it is really, really rewarding. And even like my clients who have been with me since the start, even them still seeing reach milestones is really, really rewarding because they
Yeah.
probably think, oh, I'm at the point where I'm probably not going to achieve anything more. And no, there's still lots to give.
Do you have clients that are after like big fitness goals, like doing things like going for marathons and stuff like that? Or is
Yeah,
it
I've definitely had, you know, anything and everything across the years that I've been in the industry, from people going for their firefighter test, or they might be a rower or a football player. Yeah, heaps of things that I've
amazing.
had.
Because having a physical component to a job application, it's frightening. I feel like I've been having lots of conversations lately. I turned 42 this year. So I'm in that kind of like in my 40s, like in that stage where like a lot of symptoms and a lot of talk around like perimenopause and the different kind of challenges that can come alongside that. And also just like body changes once again, which I feel like are just forever with humans, but especially with women, and not as easy to, well, there's a belief there. Here we go. There's a belief there that it's often not as easy to like reverse change and changes that we need to kind of make in our 50s. And so it's been really interesting to have conversations lately and being like I know for myself there's changes that I need to be making to my health, like making sure that I do continue to move my body. And then I know there's like, weight that my body would be happy to release that doesn't feel happy to release right now. And then there's also things like moving into making sure that I do some weights and had some interesting conversations around that because there's been such a journey over previous years between like, obviously when we were growing up, I'm thinking about the Friends era and I love Friends, but like you put it on now and it hasn't aged well in particular areas and topics, has it? Like, I think within the first 60 seconds, someone gets made fun of for being fat or something and she's super skinny. Like, it's insane. But you're like, what is going on? So I feel like we've gone from one extreme to like everything being about weight loss and everything like that. Then I feel like the world went the other way and it was like, we must celebrate all bodies. And so I felt like wanting to change your body became something to frown upon. There's such a like conflict online. So I guess my question is for you, like, how have you found that narrative for like women thinking, okay, I can love my body exactly how it is, but it's okay to make changes and want to make changes for the health of your body without it being like, I'm going on a diet, like, or, that's what I feel like everyone hears.
Yeah.
If I say I'm going to be working on my health, I've got some weight that I need to release, I've got a few things happening with my body that I'm going to, be working on. And people instantly hear that like I see it on social media, people will make some changes to their health and have positive outcomes to those changes. And then people go, oh, beautiful before and after. It's like, it wasn't. It wasn't about that.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not saying I wasn't beautiful before, but I have made changes to my health and it's been positive for me. So I find that like a really interesting narrative. Like, how do you address that? What's your view on watching that continue to unfold? Because I just feel like it's one of those crazy things that, again, is like mucked up our different belief systems.
Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be fads out there about, like weight loss and, everything. Everything's going to come and go, but it's just, making sure with my clients that, celebrate them being strong, celebrate them doing this new exercise or getting through the workout, and everything else is just a byproduct. Yeah. Losing weight is a byproduct. That's what life is too short to concentrate on. I'm going to be happy when I'll get down to this number on the scales. Life's just too short. Like tomorrow's not promised.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is another reason to work on our health at the same time as like not focusing on like numbers and stuff like that. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Oh, I just love that conversation so much, especially the bit about confidence not always being natural, even for someone that looks like they have it all figured out. And that line about taking qualified help really struck a chord with me. We hire a dentist, we hire a mechanic. However, when it comes to ourselves, we often just take advice from anyone on the internet. And if this resonated with you, we actually have another part where Kristen and I talk about connection, community, and a practice that genuinely makes me feel emotional. So go check that out too. And let me know what part of today's conversation really hit home for you.